Hey, JTI fam. This is Just Stop It. Good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Wherever you are, whoever you are, welcome to Just Stop It. This is the Grand Queen coming at you, true Grand Queen, and our co host of the show tonight, our also opulent one, the opulent one, Shannon Grace Chappelle, will be with us another day at our other sub show at, oh my God, this Wednesday night at the Pit Stop. Oh my God, you guys got to pop over with us at the Pit Stop. We got a lot of fun stuff going on over there. Still out here advocating good mental health, right? And tonight we've got our Trey Wiz, the Wiz Kid, coming at you tonight. Our media producer, Trey Wiz.
What's up,
There he
y'all?
is.
What's up, y'all? What's
Hey,
going on?
Trey.
What's up? What's up?
Yes,
What's up, Queen? How
this
you
is
doing?
ours. I'm good, my
That's
king.
good.
I am
That's good.
good. Absolutely happy to be here tonight, and
Of
just
course.
happy that everybody's passing through the new year. This is still our new year. It
That
is
part.
our new year.
It's only
That
the
part,
beginning.
right?
Yeah, it's only
All
the
in the
beginning.
beginning. New excitement, new mayhem, new fun, and of course, more support, more mental health support. We're the one stop shop, mental health support media, coming at you and making sure that you have a safe place to share your testimonies, a safe place to talk about some things that you need to talk about. And that's what tonight is about, conversations. Tonight we're going to talk about, well, we always having good conversations here.
Of
We talk
course. Of
about,
course.
supporting each other. This is why we call Just Stop It, because we're bringing attention to our local and community, our local community leaders, our global community leaders, to change the concepts, to challenge them, to change some of the mental health laws so that people could best live, so people can communicate the things that they need, so they can even find out if they need any mental health support. Sometimes we don't know we need it, right, Trey?
That part, you already know that.
Sometimes we don't even know what the
Sometimes we don't even
commercials
know.
say. I thought there's a senior commercial. She says, I'm falling down and I can't get up.
That part, the life alert. Exactly.
I'm
Sometimes
telling
we
you,
need
life
it.
alert.
Sometimes you gotta
Right.
let somebody
Sometimes
know you
we
need it.
falling.
Right.
Exactly. You gotta holler, say, listen, I'm down.
Right. That
I'm
part.
down for the count, but somebody just, just throw me a lifeline. So, we're the lifeline. We are the lifeline
We are.
to good mental health, and we are at our best. We can't do it without you guys. We cannot do it without you, without your support, without you telling us what you want. What do you want? What kind of conversations do you want to have concerning mental health? Oh, I hear somebody saying, who says I'm having a mental health problem? Nobody's saying that. We're
Right.
not a medical we're not a medical advisor. We are not a medical facility. We always advise that you see your medical doctor, you see your medical team. We're the ones, we're the middle guys, we're the middlemen to help communicate what needs to happen between families, young people, anybody that is having problems communicating with their local leaders, communicating with family members, even to start a conversation. It's hard to start a conversation, right, Trey?
Right. Often is. It oftentimes is. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's
yeah.
okay. But that's not a problem.
It's
That's okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many people I've asked so many people, and I say, what do you want in pertaining to good mental health? And the first thing they say to me, Trey, they say, "Well, I don't have a mental health problem." I said, again, I said, nobody's saying that. I'm saying,
Nobody's saying that.
it's ongoing. What do
Exactly.
you want that makes you happy? Because mental health support, if things are going awry, if things are going south, so to speak, and you may not know it, you will need some support to help you
Yeah.
to identify what's going on.
Well,
As my people say, what a guan, you know?
right. Right.
Yeah. So
But I
like,
think that I really think
yes,
that it really as obviously as humans we don't no one wants anything that makes them stand out in a negative way, a negative light. So I get the people trying to avoid or not be attached to mental health, but at the same time, come on, y'all, let's keep it real. You know, at a
Yes,
certain point in
yes,
life, certain level of maturity is when you don't want to have extra things on you. So you reach a certain level in life where your maturity, you don't want anything stopping you from getting to whatever it is you're trying to get to. So the older you get, the more mature you get. Usually, people want to seek out those things. But I mean, honestly, it's one of those things with mental health where it's universal. It's not even about your age. I'm realizing it's not about, some people can be 50, 60 years old or older and still not have ever like seeked out a solution or anything. You could be younger and be the first one in the family to seek out mental health support. So it really, is universal. It really is. But
it's true.
let's be real about it. That's all I want people to do.
Yes,
Small
yes.
steps.
Yeah, small baby steps. At
Hmm.
least take a step, because the baby,
At least
that's
one.
that. Them one, and the
At least
baby
one.
takes steps when the parents are not even looking.
Right. Right.
He or she is somewhere experimenting with
Trying to
where
discover,
they're
trying to
at,
find
right?
things and
Discovering exactly, and all of a sudden they start walking, and
right.
it's so amazing to them, even more equally amazing to the parents. They're like, "Oh my God, the baby's walking," and the baby is probably saying, "Y'all don't know."
Right.
I was
I've
doing
been
this,
onto
and
this.
I was doing this. I was walking across the grass. You ain't even see me.
Right.
I've been stepping across the room, but you just didn't catch it. I did it so quick, and that's how it is. Sometimes we don't catch it because things happen so fast
Very true.
in our
Very true.
lives, and sometimes dramatically and it traumatizes us, and we may not, we may internalize it, and we may just put it off and say, okay,
Right.
another day, or become stigmatized, stigmatizing ourselves. What will my family think, for instance? What will, my neighbors think?
Yeah.
What will the community think? And then you have some cultural and religious and things that stigmatize people, because they'll
Mhm.
say, oh, something's wrong with you,
Yeah.
or there's something wrong, but maybe they just want to steer clear of you,
Right.
because some people feel it's contagious. When you're
Unfortunately.
unlearned,
Unfortunately. Acknowledging it
unfortunately,
like it opens you up to something because you acknowledge it
right?
or yeah,
Like it's
see
the
that it
flu.
exists. Right.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Like it's the flu. And you're like, I'm not contagious. It's not contagious. It happens. And it could be something from childhood. Our opulent one, she reminded us that, yeah, these things happen way before you even figure it out.
Oh yeah.
It,
Before
it
you
could
even
it
need a
could
resource, all the trial and
exactly.
error that you go through before you even reach a point of. So that's why I don't want to put a narrative on anyone that that they have to know where they are with it in terms of mental health. I don't expect anyone to know it. I don't expect anyone to do anything or to know anything. I just whoever comes across this platform as we're growing an audience, as we're growing a base. I just want people to let's take something from it. At least
Yes.
continue to open minds to it because it's so many people that will go to the grave and face whatever it is
Yeah.
that they face. They will go to the grave with it, and
With it. Yeah.
it's so many,
Yeah.
with guys especially, like you're coached to pretty much just dust it off your shoulder and keep moving. And so I see a lot of reasons why a lot of people that I know personally, like in the streets that I see on the daily, I see why they don't open their mouths. A lot of people
Yeah.
I see personally don't have anyone and they need someone. So a lot of people, I hope that we can one day take this platform and really really reach out to people that didn't have a voice and really give them some type of the type of energy that makes them feel like this is the place because we do let them know, hey, this is the place. This is we want you to feel like you can unwind for a little bit and take a breather and relax and clear your mind of the day or the morning of because mind you, we say good morning, good evening, good night, no matter who you are, wherever you are. And you're welcome to just stop it. So we don't know when we're catching anyone, but when we do, we're trying to create that space. I would love suggestions from our viewers and people that come in. Even if they catch the show later at a later time, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter when you catch this. But um, I'm trying to figure out, and I would love the people to be able to tell us, like you said, what do you guys need? We know what we go through, so we know what we can facilitate. We know, what bothers people. We know, um, we know the ins and outs of mental health because all of us, everyone goes through something, but we all have laid ourselves on the line, on the record as far as what we've been through and some of the dealings that we've had. So, um, I want us to figure out eventually, and it's coming. It's working. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of you, Professor, of course, me and my mom for the growth. How far we've came, and I love this little segment with tonight being like a 30-minute segment and giving them just a little taste of something. I can't wait to cut this up into reels and stuff to be able to show people and share because the buzz is rolling, so the experimenting with different times and stuff. And like I told you last time, it doesn't matter how many people are in here. I don't care if 3 or 4 people are watching and just commenting whether that's enough love to keep it going. So, I want us to be able to have that space. That's our goal. So it's whoever is watching this, whoever will catch it, that is our ultimate goal. Please do remember that we want to create a safe
Exactly.
space for everyone, all people. Yes.
Exactly. Conversation. Family, we need conversation. We cannot do without conversation on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes conversation could be, I don't know, it could be kind, it can get kind of weird. However, we're talking about, creatively. We live creatively through each other. We live creatively among each other. Just want to drop a little quick start on how to start a conversation. Just pop a little scripture in there. Galatians chapter 6, verse 1 and 2. Live creatively, friends. If someone falls into problems, into temptations, serious issues, forgivingly restore him, saving your critical comments for yourself. You might be needing forgiveness before the day's out. I'm just saying, just stop it, family.
Just stop it.
So just stop it, stoop down and reach those who are oppressed, share their burdens. That's really what it's saying. Stoop down, but do it safely, do it soundly, do it lovingly, and find out. Have some little prompts, have some little special time, safe space, of course, because this is a safe space
Of course.
to reach out to the oppressed because when you are oppressed about something and maybe and we're not even talking about depression, we're talking about oppressed, meaning bothered
Oppression.
by something and or someone, a remark by something and or someone, continually saying and doing those things by someone or some group or overall in your life. We've got to learn to live creatively, to be creative and be compassionate on how to chat, how to talk, how to engage each other in a
Yes.
conversation. And recognizing the need to talk. But sometimes it's a wait period. You don't want to push it. You don't want to be pushed. Sometimes you have to wait for he or she to accept the space to have a conversation. And at the same time, always leave yourself open to engage that person. Let he or she know. Let them, because sometimes it's a whole group of oppressed people. People are oppressed
Yes,
at
it
the
is.
job. They are oppressed at school. They're oppressed in the community. They're oppressed when they go to do simple things like grocery shopping. They are oppressed just to even shop for something for themselves. And some people need to take good care of themselves, but they're not aware of the places they need to go. They're not aware of the specific areas where they need to go that would actually meet their needs. It would be easier to have little simple stuff, and it makes little simple things happen in a conversation to
Exactly.
make our lives easier and better. And I believe
Exactly.
we would embrace talking with one another. It's not hard to talk with people. Um, at the same time, I think, in my experience, I don't know, you have to be approachable.
Indeed.
You don't necessarily have to be likable. You have to be approachable. You want to be
Indeed.
approachable and, and at least have the facial expression or something, the body language that says, yes, it's okay. It's okay if
I
you say
think
good morning to me.
I think we
you
need to
know?
I think we need to, and not to cut you off at all, but one thing I want to say really quickly, I think we need to, well, no, I know that we need to share more love. We need to show more love to each other. We need to radiate love within each other because I see why when, one thing I said real, one of the last shows was that um, we grit on each other, you know
Yes.
we can't we it's hard to we're going against the grain with this because we're one of the there's a lot of them, but we're one of the platforms that's actually pushing positive content, number one. Number two, but um we we're so divided, and we're working to bring people together. So I understand that the trials and the tribulations that we'll go through, but um, yeah, we need to show more love. I don't see people like
Exactly.
congratulate anyone enough and say
Right.
or commend them on just your work ethic, or I see you shining, I see you doing what you're doing, I see you making your money, or
Exactly.
I see you doing well at it, whatever it is that you're doing. We have such a problem, and I'll be quick about this, but we have such a problem where um we have an issue. It's a crab in a barrel mentality, but we have such an issue congratulating the next person. We have such an issue
Wow.
sharing information and allowing someone to possibly be further than what we consider ourselves to be. We have to let
Wow.
someone get it. Someone has to, if we can't bring people all together at one time, somebody has to get in order for someone else to be brought along. So if we're not gonna, if we are well, it will. But when our movement moves and stuff and gets in order the way we want it to get, this is the purpose. This is the avenue. This is the streamline to have people feel like they can speak their piece.
Exactly. Exactly. And and change the narrative. Help us change the narrative because that's our purpose. Is changing the narrative for mental health support, changing the opportunities, creating more opportunities for people to say, yeah, that's me. I've
Exactly.
fallen down and I can't get up. Yes, but
Right.
are you gonna help me? I need a little hand. I need a
Exactly.
little word to help me to get up, and that's okay. And
Exactly.
even if you wait, just don't wait too long. You understand? So you can get help early in the game and
Yes.
learn how to help yourself early in the game as well. Because we have been so creatively made and phenomenal beings we are. What God blesses us with these things from within also blesses us on the outside with
Oh
people to
yes.
help us to get to it, get with it from within. Um, and as a reminder, the crappy childhood fairy on online, which is just amazing. It's at crappychildhoodfairy.com. They talk about 10 um, ways that a conversation could be shut down. 10 common habits that can shut down a conversation. Can you imagine there's 10 habits that people engage in to shut down a conversation? That's a lot. That's like a few too many in my mind. But you guys, it's been posted on JTI on Facebook. And for those of you who'd like for me to share I can share it with you another way, email and share this article with you. It's 10 simple but not basic, because that's what we go by.
Exactly.
Simple but not basic methods that can distort
Right.
connecting conversations. It could stop the pathway to a conversation. Conversation hadn't even happened yet. We're talking about actually stopping it and putting it in another dimension, which is not good. So we want to change the narrative with the pathway to
Yes.
starting good conversations, to actually making people feel like they want to, and so they can share their burdens and extend empathy to them. So it can also be linked, because support
Yes.
also has to be linked. So just like I'm sharing with you guys tonight on 10 things that can shut down a conversation, that's a link. That's help, you know. And
Would you mind if
for
I make a
me,
comment?
yeah, for me, I've done it. I've done it. I've done it, and it was crappy. And I was like, oh my God, shut the conversation down. I realized it. It was crappy. Yes,
Yeah.
Trey.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, like really quickly though, that we have to stop. And I said this, I remember saying this before. I don't care how many times I have to say whatever, because a lot of these things need to be pushed out to everybody. So, if we're coaching it, we're coaching it. That's what we do. But um, we have to stop finding people. Number one, we need to stop judging people for sharing, not stop lying about people having an open space to talk to you as an individual, not someone on the platform necessarily, but as an individual that says you care about somebody enough to give them that space for them to speak. Well, if that is true, then allow them to do so without judgment, because a lot of what I hear is, oh, you can talk to me, you can talk to me. But then when someone says speaks their piece and they act, then you what, or
Yeah.
why you think like that, or why do you? So let's be unbiased about, let's give responses or give what's needed. Sometimes you just need to listen. Sometimes it's not always about responding to the person. Sometimes you just need to listen. But let's
Yeah.
stop. Let's stop. You know, eating away at people for being open and vulnerable. Let's stop pretending that that's an open space if that's not really what it is with the average person. And then I'll say this before I let you, hand it back over. But let's stop finding humor in people's turmoil.
Wow, can you
A lot of people I
imagine?
see, yeah, I see a lot of people laugh at that. A lot of things that people go through online nowadays is comedic for people. Everything is considered to be entertainment. So somebody can be
Wow.
getting beat up on the street, and I'm somebody who's always thumbing through YouTube and looking at shorts and stuff. And you see somebody get beat up on the street, and you have people in the comments laughing, and it's just we're in a different time right now. So we're definitely working against the grain. But I would just say let's stop finding humor in people's turmoil, and let's create a space where people can actually be give their speak their piece without judgment.
Absolutely, Trey Wiz. Which is so dangerously sad to find humor in someone else's demise, in someone else's issue. That's very dangerous because in my mind, spiritually, what you put out there spiritually comes back to you,
Oh yes.
be it negative or positive. I'm just saying that's
Oh
very
yes.
dangerous. So,
Very.
hey, sometimes people miss the cue because there's 10 things that can stop it. And that's one of
Yeah.
them is pay attention to the cue. What is cueing the person to want to talk to you? If they're sharing information with you, that means they feel good enough, comfortable enough to share it with you, and therefore it should be valued.
Yes.
And another thing that can shut it down is being negative, just like you said, which is one of those things is judgmental, being negative too early. I mean, there's negatives and
Yes.
positives, but like, hey, put that in check. And
That's another
what's
one.
engaged in that thing is the ego. Oh,
That's what you just, and you made a valid point yourself. You said, listen to people before you respond, is what I took from
mm-hmm.
what you just said. Before you jump on it and start spewing stuff, you just said a good one yourself, Professor. So yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
agree with you.
yeah.
Definitely
Pay
agree.
attention to the signs,
Oh
to the
yes.
cues. And
Oh yes.
another one, if you aren't curious about the other person, then you ain't gonna listen anyhow. If you're not
Exactly.
curious, you understand?
Exactly.
So we are naturally curious about one another. We're
Hmm.
naturally intuitive about one another too. And and good listeners always want to know. Good
Yes.
listeners also always have great feedback. But
Yes.
horrible listeners, they always got something negative because they're
Yeah.
living in a negative world. And also people who are not good listeners always change the subjects to themselves.
Oh yes. Oh
I've
yeah. And
done it.
that's narcissism in a way.
I've done
In a
it in
way.
the past in a way.
Hmm.
And when I
In
found
a
out
way.
it was really, it wasn't a good fit, I was like, that's not how we're supposed to
But
live. That's not how
but
what we
but
do.
people learn. But people learn and grow.
Yeah,
People do
yeah.
learn and grow. And it could be. And I try to defend all sides. Like even when something might be going against what I'm thinking or what I feel like, I still try to see that side, because I mean, what if that everybody doesn't have the capacity to give you that, but want to give you too? I noticed.
Right.
So some people mentally want to be there, and you might hit them with some subjects. Hey, they that's
And they're
way
not
too deep,
ready.
and that's way out of their league. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
does
they
happen,
not ready.
in
Yeah,
defense
that's
of them,
okay.
because everybody has
But
to
that's
grow. So,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not even,
That's what that's what the opulent one said, Shannon said that, it's okay. Just give them a chance to breathe. You know what I mean? And shout out to
exactly.
you, Shannon. We miss
Shout
you
out to my
tonight.
mom. I love you, mommy.
Absolutely. We miss you. And shout out to Miss Margaret And also shout out to my other big sister, Miss Mary, Devin's mom.
Hey,
And
Miss
shout
Mary.
out to Ariel. Shout
Yep.
out to Joey.
What's up, Ari?
Shout out to Kenneth.
Don't forget
Shout
Asia
out
Lee.
to Asia Lee. Yes, this is
Hey,
Asia Lee's birthday month.
hey, happy birthday, Asia.
Absolutely. Her birthday was last week, and it is the party month for her. And remember, too, this is also January, is still mental health awareness. So we are definitely in support of all of that and the above. Celebrating birthdays, that's a part of our rite of passage to live well and live good
Of
and
course.
have some fun. Yes.
That part.
Kenneth, shout out to Kenneth.
Shout
Shout
out to
out
you too.
to
Did we forget
um
Eric? We didn't forget Eric, did we? Shout out to
Eric.
Eric. Did we forget
No,
him?
we didn't forget Eric.
Okay,
Shout out
okay.
to Eric. Shout out to the star, I believe it is.
Yep. Wayne. Yep. Wayne the
Wayne.
Star. Yep.
Wayne the
Wayne the
star.
Star. Yep.
How could
Shout
I
out to him.
forget? Absolutely. Shout out to V as well, who
Yep.
is also always on top of the current and health events and mental health events. She shares some valid stuff with us, and I'm going to share that with you guys on Wednesday night. That is also shout out to Hardy, to Lee Hardy, I believe it is, L Hardy.
Yes.
Shout
Yes.
out to Jones, Autumn Jones for support. Shout out to Victor. Shout out to DJ Seven Spirits. We got a
Of
lot of
course.
folks who are
We
just
do.
popping and of the sort. Yeah. Shout out to Tanea. Shout out to again to DJ Seven Spirits and Favor. Shout out to Toya, to Latoya.
Yes. Shout
Phenomenal
out to Miss
woman.
Latoya.
Also, I tell you, putting it down, advocating for good mental health. Shout out to Basia. Shout out to Daisy. And shout out to Alva, my chef, my Shiro chef, Alva.
I got
And
one
more.
that
If I missed your name, somebody say something.
I got one that
If
I
you
thought
missed your
about.
name,
Let me say something. Let me help. The lady that
go ahead.
the lady that is the head director of the business program that you just the business
Oh,
program.
yes.
Please shout her
Robin.
out.
Shout out
Yes,
to
Miss Robin.
Robin
Shout out to you.
of Sobro EAC. Shout out to Robin, the director of the EAC program. I tell you, they are phenomenal. That's an amazing woman. I tell you, a woman level who is already all the way up.
Shout out to you. Thank you.
Exactly, and who is
Yeah.
also showing women how to level up at their best.
Mhm.
From the gate. She sees you
Indeed.
at your best from the gate, and she speaks truths that can lead you to more truths and phenomenal creation that you are. We love you, Robin. We love you for this.
We do.
Absolutely.
Indeed, we do. Indeed.
Absolutely. Listen, we are here, but we are popping back on Wednesday night. We've got our sub show, The Pit Stop. Oh man,
Hey.
we are so excited.
Stop
about
on
the
by.
Pit
It's
Stop.
gonna be fun, y'all. It's quick.
Tell
It's
'em
quick.
about
It's a
it,
pit
Trey.
stop. Yeah, we'll be
Mhm.
there. I'm excited about it. It's Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8. Only like little 30-minute segments. So we're gonna be playing around with different times. So sometimes we'll do an hour, sometimes it may be 30 minutes. On Sundays, it might alternate between an hour or 30 minutes or 45 or 20 minutes. Sometimes we just want to catch people at different times and see what works for you guys. See what we know what works for us, but we want to see what works for you so we can catch your eyes, because it is about you at the end of the day. The job is to advocate for those that catch it, but we are working for you at the end of the day. So let's set that tone and let it be known that, hey, we're here to serve the people. So we want to know what you think. We want to know how you feel. We want to know what you want to discuss.
Absolutely, absolutely. And please, check out the 10 don'ts on what stops a conversation. Listen, don't be embarrassed to have a conversation with the right people at the right time, in the right spirit. Make sure that they leave space for you to talk. Make sure you feel safe and you feel good about speaking with that person. I mean, you would know from the gate, because things
yeah.
are just like change, and you have
Trust
right
yourself.
to say exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And you have the right to just say what? No.
Just say
stop
no.
it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Just stop it.
And you do not have to show your interest and approval. You don't have to show your approval. You don't need other people's approval to be the
No, you
phenomenal
don't.
self that you are. You
Exactly.
just don't. God made you. God created you. He's the one that will take you to the spaces and places you are going. And we are just
Exactly.
proud to be a part of that journey. We hope that you make us a part of that journey when you need us. We are here for you. We are here
Indeed
for
we
you
are.
and more.
Indeed we are.
And
Of
we
course
thank
we
you
are.
for being there for us. And
The
again,
last
Opulent
thing,
One, we miss you.
of course. Shout out to my mom. I love you, mommy. One thing that I wanted to
Exactly.
remind everyone, though, is that we are only advisors. We are not mental health advocates. So, I mean, I'm sorry, we are mental health advocates. We are not medical professionals. So I don't want anyone to be under the impression that we are giving advice for you to take. These are pretty much suggestions. These are open conversations. This is open help. This is a platform to bring and open up the discussion to even start talking about these things. So please do not take us as medical advisors. Don't skip out on help from medical professionals. We would love for you to take our opinions. We love for you to, hear and receive us. But at the same time, I just want to throw out that friendly disclaimer that we are not medical professionals, that we are only advisors, and we are only here to help you.
Exactly. And again, thank you for showing up to help us be Just Stop It. And don't forget, pop in on Wednesday night. And
come see us. Come talk to us.
Bring a relative. Absolutely. We can't wait to see you. We can't hardly wait to see you. And you have just made this, I think, the beginning of this year, you have made it so amazing for all of us. And believe me, this is just only the beginning. There is no end to achievement. Stay on your wavelength. Make sure you get somebody who is a part of your wavelength and be appreciated for it. Right? Keep showing kindness. The payoff is huge. Peace, love, and joy. Much love, family. See you soon.
Much love, y'all. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Trey Wiz. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Trey
You
Wiz.
already know.
It's all good.
It's not a thing.
Absolutely.
See ya.
It's not a thing. Simple, not basic. Smooches.
Simple, not basic. Smooches. See you later.